This morning we will study the Jewish prayer Shema. For Jews, the Shema is both a pledge of allegiance and a hymn of praise. According to the Bible, Moses taught the words of Shema as one of his last instructions to the survivors of the 40-year trek through the desert and for those just entering into Canaan. First, the Shema needs to be put in a wider context. Religion's first goal, from the historical, psychological, and sociological context, is getting a person to pay attention to the core values and goals of a faith tradition, and for the person to fully accept, affirm those goals, values, to enhance and improve their life, their thinking, and their behavior. Religion is to bind together our thoughts, actions, and emotions to a higher, deeper source of being and life. Since creativity and diversity is a part of being human, there are many faith traditions. Sadly, within those traditions, there are some who quest for power and control within those traditions. For example, they promoted the battle of the gods, a divine king of the mountain. It created a destructive us versus them model, not much about love, forgiveness, and grace. Thankfully, also due to creativity and diversity, there are those who focus on love, affirmation, and respect of the whole person, and creating a community, using reflective memory as the key tool to do this, remembering how one was badly treated to do better and not to pass on the pain to others. Through all the arts, directly and indirectly, the commandment to love was embraced and taught. However, sometimes love and compassion needed to be rediscovered through prophets. One faith tradition is Judaism, offers a prayer that seeks loving, respectful relationship between the deity and towards other humans. That core prayer is called Shema, loosely translated as listening well or to pay attention through action. The Shema dates from 1 BCE. It was recited as part of regular services in ancient Judaism and is still recited to this day. Jews are obligated to say Shema at various times during a day. Note, the obligation to recite the Shema is apart from the obligation to pray. There is very little known when and how the Shema became a core Jewish prayer. Shema consists of three separate passages from the Hebrew Bible. I will focus on the first passage since the others draw upon it. Normally, one recites the Shema in Hebrew, usually is learned as a child. The Shema is chanted, sung, since Hebrew is musical, or spoken slowly with deep meditative focus. When reciting, a Jew closes their eyes or covers them to eliminate distractions and to concentrate on the word's meanings, to be in the moment of the text's message, but also because Judaism does not accept blind faith, rather thinking and feeling out their faith. Since the Shema's Hebrew words have deep, rich meanings, translating into English is a challenge. Translators often flatten out the Hebrew grammar and word meaning problems for a smoother translation. Ultimately, there are no clear English words to use, only creative glosses. The goal of Shema is for us to pay attention to Torah and to relationships in our life. Let's explore Shema's goal by understanding the whole text. I will recite the first line of Shema in spoken Hebrew, the rest of Shema in spoken English. Due to my brain, speaking the rest in Hebrew will be hard. After hearing part one of the Shema, we will explore the key words within the Shema. Hebrew. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. English, Standard Translation. Hear, Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. The rest of the text in English. You shall love your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them, teach them upon your children. Recite them, teach them when you are at home and when you are away from home, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign on your hand and as a symbol between your eyes. The Shema uses a set of powerful key words expressing long-standing core Jewish values and goals. These words are worth exploring to gain a fuller understanding of the Shema as you are viewing now. Torah, the path, the written Hebrew Bible and oral teachings of it, guiding a person to be loving towards oneself and towards others. Shema, listen, pay attention, to understand well the core Jewish values and goals and to live them. We show we are listening well by our actions and with a probing mind, listening that motivates change, healing, and love. Yisrael, a group of wrestlers. We are to wrestle with the divine and persons for truth, for love, and for change. We are required to wrestle, not by blind, unthinking acceptance or confused emotions, wrestling for a blessing that changes and affirms us. Adonai, or sometimes used Hashem, not like a feudal lord, though many want that or force that onto others, but rather a deep respect, not out of fear of God's authority and awesome creative power. However, this Lord does not allow us to use a controlling name, but our every breath speaks their name. Eloheinu, our God. Friends and close relationships will sometimes say our friend out of affirmation. We say our not from possession, rather out of warm affection. We let others know how we view that special person. Saying our Hashem is like that. The Lord / Hashem makes clear we can never name them out of possession. Adonai Hashem. This time we understand, we acknowledge our puny language struggles to point to an ultimate creative reality who will always wrestle us free from our words. However, we utter Lord the name by our actions of responsible love and loving responsibility. Echad, only one. Hashem, alone, no others. Hashem, complete, not unfinished. Hashem, whole, truly indivisible. Hashem, creating the vast, unified web of all life. Hashem, creating the unique mysteries of creation, which only through logic and science we can peer into but not fully understand, and thus leaving us wanting to explore more. Of love, not a warm, fuzzy emotion, but we show love by our actions, loving ourselves well and loving others well. Hate has no place here, nor judgment. Inclusion, not exclusion, created and sought for. Live, heart. Hebrew only understands a listening, thinking heart, not split up battle between mind and heart. A heart pondering responsible love, a centered self focusing on loving. Nefesh, soul, the whole life source and force of a living being created by Hashem. Our passion and deep desires are to love, not to hold back, but to dare embrace life and love. Mode, full strength. We love using our utmost strength and using our possessions, our very best effort to understand, embrace, and to do love. Using our talents and money to show intelligent compassion, to empower dreams, visions, and healing. One's strength of character. Now, let's restate the Shema in a deeper sense through English. Listen up well, wrestlers with life. Focus your attention on the name. Open your hearing, committed heart to do what the name requests. The name, only single source of life, our sole ultimate reality. The name, complete, whole, and unique. All existence is unified through the name. Through internal time and space, we embrace the name's distinctive high honor, who creates unified, intertwined oneness. Fully love the name and what your whole heart is, and what you deeply aspire to, and what you made fully your own, showing the oneness of love. May Torah, which the name connects to you, be implanted in your feelings and in your mind. Ponder Torah before sleep and after waking up. Explain carefully Torah to your children, creating their wings and roots. Keep talking about Torah with them in the privacy of your home, during the daily tasks you do, and going about in this world. Marking what you produce sacred. Display Torah visibly on your body as signs. Let the signs focus your attention, reminding you of core values and goals, guiding what you perceive. Set signs at all your home entrances, making your and your child's home sacred. And in you create a created environment. The Shema has guided and inspired Jews for thousands of years. As soon as a child can speak and repeat words, it's taught Shema. As soon as one is actually dying, a Jew will recite the Shema. During a Jew's lifetime, they are requested to study the Shema. In times of joy and times of pain, the Shema is recited. The words are not magic, not meant for indoctrination, rather a steady, wise reminder to love with one's mind, heart, and body. Shalom, and listen well. Thank you.